because I continually chose sin over him. And it's like, how much longer will I choose sin over him? How many more times will I choose over? Will I choose him? Will I choose sin over him? And it gets tiring. And I know it's a process, but it still gets tiring. It still gets tiring continually falling into the same sin over and over again. But God has reminded me that if I was unworthy, he wouldn't have sent Jesus to die on the cross for my sins. And this is for anybody who feels unworthy of his forgiveness, of his love. Your mistakes don't make you. They're only stepping stools to learn from. They're in the past. They're covered by Jesus' blood. There is nothing you can do to make him love you less or love you more. And so you can go to God. Always go to God, because when you don't confess your sin to him, it eats at you. It starts to eat at you, and God will try to convict you to give it to him. But if you continue to keep it in, it will eat at you. And this has happened before. Back in end of middle school, high school, where I would I wouldn't confess my sins, where I would keep it to myself, keep it in, and I went through a lot of depression and suicidal thoughts, and they didn't stop until I fully gave my life to Christ until I admitted my wrongs. That's when I got freed from that. And since then, I wouldn't say it's been all sunshine and rainbows, but it definitely wasn't as bad as it was back then. Definitely been better. Definitely been, life's been more enjoyable. And better confidence in myself, and I love myself more because he loves me, and he loves me infinitely, and that's shown, and that's helped me to love me. Don't look for affirmation or anything in the world that will only leave you lonely and heartbroken. Take it from me, who continually went into worldly relationships just to feel loved, just to just to find affirmation in people, but it never works out. And I honestly knew most of the time. I knew it wouldn't work out, but I was being rebellious, and I was being rebellious to God, and and that's what happens when you're rebellious to God, or not aligned with God, your life starts to become way harder than what He intended it to be. You carry way more things than you can handle, and it starts to get tiring. It starts to get tough. You want to quit, but give your life to God. Don't quit. Use that as a lesson. And move on from it. Your past doesn't make you who you are. It's what you take from it that makes who you are. So take something positive from it, learn from it, become better from it. And yeah.